So last episode went places I really wasn't expecting, trying to build up Solo City only to be roped into some form of battle with Saving Bane. Considering the fact that he's been slightly microchipped just gives me some worries, but that's for someone else to worry about because today I am going to actually set out and do what I was planning on doing. Head out to many Solo City wannabes, break them all down to build up my one in true Solo City. If I knew how these waypoints would work, I'd totally be using them, but I unfortunately don't. And I'm pretty sure they're broken somehow still. So I guess until we figure this thing out, we're gonna have to do this entire trip on foot. Well, that wasn't as far as I thought I'd have to go. So I think I figured out the waypoint thing. Like right before I left, I think what I did is I actually set up like an actual Solo City waypoint. So what I need to do, Solo City wannabe, probably with the pickaxe, because, you know, that's what I'm going to do this place. Submits, and, okay, I think I was told I have to stand here for at least a few seconds. Ooh, is that the sound that it's done? Teleport to new waypoint. Okay, there it is. So hopefully now traveling from the wannabe to the actual Solo City will be made just a little bit easier. But okay, let's actually get to resource grinding. Much gathering later, and I think as of right now, we are not doing too bad, if I'm honest. Also, Crown was generous enough to donate some shulker boxes. And honestly, if we ever need to, like, go back to the Solo City wannabe, then it's super, super easy because, again, we just need to wait for this little particle thing to happen, and then eventually what we'll see is something like this happening. Yeah, we just go up in the sky, and then back down to where we want to be. So it shouldn't be too hard to gather more resources if it comes to it. Well, I say if, when it's inevitably gonna happen. So I think my plan is to gradually, from my main, like, home area, just renovate a bunch of things around here, and then just push out more and more and more as we go along. But okay, since we're here, let's start with this building. Okay, I think I have all the terracotta in place. Now what we need to focus on is all the glass and all the stone bricks and stuff. Okay, I heard some spiders. I dug down, getting some of the stone bricks out, and what did I just find? What is that? What is this place? There's a bunch of stuff in here. Bunch of resources. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna say no to all this stuff, like, definitely, but I'm still surprised that this thing was just here at all in the first place. Anyways, after that I started filling in all the glass that was open, as well as replacing, like, all these cracked bricks and muddy bricks with new types, like, you know, fresh bricks and something like that. And now, for the most part, the entire outside of this building is done. I say the outside because the inside is a whole different story. Yeah, we're still filled with scorpions and death and everything else like that. And that's mainly because inside the add-ons we have, there is no block that can actually break this type of stone brick quickly. So at least for right now, most of the interiors of these buildings are going to be pretty dead for the most part. But, you know, at least the outside looks good. Oh, and also, Crown got me a truck. I don't know how he got me a truck, but I now have a truck. And since we now do have a truck, it might be worth actually work on the roads a bit. Only unfortunate thing with this pavement is, much like those stone bricks, it's really hard to mine this stuff. Meaning I don't have the most amount of pavement in the world, but still, I can always go back and forth between the Solo City wannabes in this one. And about an hour later, yes, a whole hour, and we got this street done. This little bit of street. I swear, if I could mine pavement like I mined stone with a pickaxe, I'd have, like, all this done in, like, 5 minutes. Which is why I'm probably just gonna very slowly but surely grind away at the pavement every now and then. But let's just do something that's less difficult. I don't know, more of these stone brick buildings, please. With the big old scorpions coming at them. Yeah, that's what I want. Actually, since we're going this way with the pavement anyway, we might as well go this way too with the buildings. That's probably a reasonable way on handling this. And about 4 or so hours later, and we have this entire church building cleaned up. Just don't look on the inside too much yet. Fortunately for me, the next building I'm working on is very small compared to the other ones I've been working on. Unfortunately for me, these blocks don't mine that quickly with the pickaxe either. But this will probably be like an hour job as opposed to like a 4-hour job or something like that. At least that's what I'm hoping. Well, it only took about an hour-ish. Mainly because I kind of ran out of these cream blocks, whatever they are. And also because of these things. Spiders. They keep coming. I don't know where, but they just keep coming. And they are driving me insane. What is that noise? What is that noise? Oh, another spider. And another one. And we got another in here. Oh, another coming down the stairs. So to put it simply, we gotta figure out this spider situation. We gotta figure this out. And maybe not get it to the point where it's like completely gone, but get to the point where it's reasonable at least. Because there's like every minute, maybe minute or two, I get a new spider I have to deal with. And the sad part is, I don't even know if lighting up this area is even helping. But before I start developing arachnophobia, I might as well try lighting this place up. I swear, if I still see huge hordes of spiders with all these torches I just placed down, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Where did you come from? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it for now. If I see a dark spot, I'll light it up. But for now, let's move on to something else. And I think before we do more building work, I kind of want to turn more of this core stone into dirt. Because obviously bringing life back into Solo City does require having a little bit of grass and things like that around the place. And another one! Why do you keep coming out here? Oh, I seriously swear if I find more spiders. Just focus on the job, just focus on the job, just focus on the job, just focus on the job. Where do these things keep coming from? I've lit up so much of this area. I don't know what I'm missing. On the plus side though, we do have a lot more dirt primed and ready for more grass to grow over it. That's assuming though that I do remain nice and sane inside of Solo City, which considering the next building I want to work on probably won't happen, considering that pretty much every single one of these blocks is unmineable with a pickaxe. And there's another one! Where do you keep coming from? Maybe if I sleep it off, things will be better. Morning, everyone. What a wonderful morning. I sure am looking forward to renovate this entire building right now, even though breaking every single block takes at least 10 seconds to break. No, but in all seriousness, I don't know if I'm going to completely renovate this entire building right now, considering just how big it is, but we'll just have to see how long my patience holds up. And as it turns out, quite a decent amount, because even though I didn't remove the dirt and the cracks, I did actually fill in the entire thing. For the most part, there's a few spots I missed. And now I just have a bunch of just random blocks I've just gathered. You came back, and this day was going so well. Why? But yeah, pretty much I have just a bunch of random blocks now, and I think instead of like focusing on like one specific area of Solo City, I'm just gonna go around, just fill out, you know, random spots here and there around the place. If you really want to know how bad my spider situation is, look at this. Just look at this. How does this happen? I make sure the cobwebs are cleaned and everything, but still there's so many of them. There's so many. Anyways, even though it's not like crazy obvious, I did do a decent amount more work with what resources I had left. And you kind of really have to look out for what I've done, considering like the rest of the environment just looks so dead and so normal compared to like everything else that's supposed to look normal. But at the very least, I can say we are still making progress. It's a lot slower than I would like, but it's at least some progress. One, because of those 8-legged creatures, and two, because of this stupid, like, block-breaking thing that just takes forever. And while I could go around and break every single one of these modded blocks myself, I might have an idea as to how I can lure some other people in. Much like how I lured all these spiders, I think I have an idea. Because, like, for the most parts, as far as I'm aware, there's no, like, easy way on getting a whole bunch of enchanted books. Mainly because there are no villagers. Unless if, like, there's a really rare igloo with a villager underneath, there are no villagers inside this world. But that doesn't mean it's impossible to get enchanted books, because the only other way I can think of actually doing it is by fishing. And I thought to myself, if I could get like some enchanted books you can't get through like say an enchanting table or something like that, and use that to actually, you know, hire people on to do some work over at Solar City, maybe we could get a whole bunch more of this work done. Only thing is, I don't know how well my fishing skills are, especially considering we're just using a plain old boring fishing rod, and considering all the other fishes trying to get me. But I have enough faith that if I keep going, I'll be able to find some form of enchanted book. And after fishing for a while, I am so bored. Even with listening to music and podcasts and everything else in the background, just staring at this thing, it's a little bit draining. But something that minorly refuels that drainage is the fact that we actually got some enchanted books. None of them are like mending or anything like that, but the fact that we got them at all does prove the fact that we could get ourselves some like mending books or something like that. Will I get it in this episode? Probably not, considering my luck so far. But you know, later on I'll do some more grinding to try getting some mending books to possibly bribe people to actually help me in Solo City. But even with our very slow grind, this actually looks really good compared to what we had at the beginning of the episode. And unless some end of the world biz comes up or something like that, or you know, more spiders come to torture me, sooner or later Solo City is gonna be alive and thriving again, and possibly not even solo anymore. We'll have to see on that. And with another scorpion eyeing me up, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. This dude is such an idiot. He can't find his way up here.